Old school. Hey, Very Intentional fam. If you are new here, my name is Aaliyah. I am the Very Intentional Mama, and I am taking you guys on the journey of me being intentional in my life and healing and overcoming so that I can prosper and so that I can teach you as well. I did something new this week. So first, I went live last week and I shared the story of how I have been trying to record for you guys for like the last 2 weeks. But every time I recorded, something happened, whether the lighting wasn't right or the Wi-Fi turned off and didn't record any of my video. It was just, nothing was working. And so I decided to go live. And while I was live, I said that I would give you guys a vlog of what it looks like for me to have intentional rest, because it just kept coming up over and over and over for me again of how I really need to focus on resting. More so, my therapist was like, Miss Ma'am, that's what we're focusing on. Rest. You need to rest. And so I wanted to show you guys the different ways that I have rested over excuse me. So I wanted to show you guys how I've rested over the last week. And in some ways it might not look like resting, because all the times when we think about rest, we think that somebody's sleeping, we think that somebody's like laying down in the bed, but rest can come in many different forms, just depends on the person. So I'm going to show you a few clips that I took throughout the week so that you can see what rest looks like for the Very Intentional Mama. All right, so all seriousness, I decided that this week I was going to walk you through the things that I'm doing to be intentional in getting rest, because your girl needs it. And I have to stop running away from being okay with relaxing. It's not something that I saw a lot growing up, but I am determined to make sure that my children see a mother who rests, and that's not always on go. So last week I did something for the first time and it was absolutely amazing, and now I want to do it for the rest of my life. So on Monday of last week, I decided to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the entire week on Monday. And when I tell you guys, it was freeing. Like literally, it was so freeing to not be standing in a kitchen several times throughout the week. And I think I didn't cook until Thursday because we got low on breakfast and I was going to be gone on Friday. And so I decided I'm going to cook some breakfast and some lunch so that my peoples are good whenever I'm not here. But literally, it has been bliss. So I thought I would go ahead and walk y'all through my very first thing that is going to contribute to my intentional rest. So this week I tried something different. I've been reading Eat This and Live by Dr. Don Colbert, and so it's just very interesting to get an understanding of learning. I've never bought chicken like that comes in a container like this. But yeah, so trying some new things just so that, one, I am tired of like the inflammation in my body. And so if changing up what I put inside helps with my inflammation, then I'm willing to do that hard thing. All right, so in this week, the Mr. Man helped out a lot with deciding what we were going to cook for the week. And so for lunch, we are having hamburger helper and a one-pot chicken and rice meal. And then for dinner, we are going to have chicken wings. And so what we decided after last week is that the same thing for the entire week just isn't going to work for us, because we really get tired of it after the first couple days. So we're having at least 2 meals that I can go ahead and prep at once, so that we don't get to the halfway through the week and be like, you just ready to go out and eat? Because I would definitely say yes. So before I get started on this chicken breast, I wanted to show you guys the meal prep containers that I'm using. So it has 3 different spots, which works real well for us. And I was actually skeptical because I got them from Amazon, so I'll drop the link below in the description. But it had said 50 pieces, or 50 something. And y'all know usually Amazon, whenever it says that, more than likely it's 25 of these and then 25 tops. But no, y'all, this is actually 50. So yeah, so it's actually 50. And I mean, the reviews were kind of skeptical. I would say be like easy on them on the tops. Make sure you don't put anything hard on them so they don't crack. But I mean, if one cracks, you still got 49 left. So this is what I'm using to prep all meals. All right, so had to stop and say that I am very much like a making it home from scratch type person. So right now I wanted to show you guys that we have mashed potatoes going, and then over here we have a little bit of roll action. And so I'm really excited. I will show final pictures. We have hamburger helper, green beans, roll or mashed potatoes for lunch, chicken wings with vegetable rice for dinner, and then we also have like the chicken one pot rice meal that will also be for lunch. Breakfast might get made tomorrow because I believe now I have been at work for about 3 hours, and breakfast would only take me 1 hour, so we shall see. But this is all going to be worth it whenever we're in the middle of the week and I don't feel like cooking. Ooh, just butter me biscuits. Come on. Alright, so it is now Tuesday, and for today, intentional rest looked like me staying in the bed a little bit longer. But also I am currently at the laundromat and I am washing clothes with nobody with me. It's just me. The kids are safe at home with daddy, and so I get to read, catch up on some reading. I get to people watch or have conversations with people outside of my house. And this is what my intentional rest looks like today. Getting out the house, not just sitting in the car, but pulling up to the laundromat and actually coming inside and just getting a little change of scenery. And also I'm about to go live on YouTube, and this is actually my first time going live on YouTube. And I know that's usually whenever I have conversations, especially in the space where I get to go live and just talk to my community, it usually boosts me up. So that is also why I'm doing it. And if you can't hear, I'm gonna guess we're gonna call these allergies, but I woke up with a scratchy throat and all the types of snuffles that you can imagine. So very much going to be taking it an easy day even when we get back to the house. Something that I don't normally do is immediately fold my clothes when I get home, but I feel like today I'm going to go sit on the couch with my babies. We're going to turn on a movie and I'm going to fold clothes while I sit there with them, and we're just going to hang out until we decide to go outside. Alright, so I wanted to give y'all a quick update as I finally have 2 sleep babies now. But yesterday ended with, we actually went to my neighbor's house, and oh, it was so needed. It was so freaking needed. And this morning I have basically been chilling all day. I have been, oh wait, it sounds like she. Oh snap. Okay, I have been watching the show Found, and if you have not watched it, go watch it. It's on Peacock. I've been binge watching it and just realized that I'm actually on season 2. I think I started this week or maybe last week. Yeah, but anyhow, excuse me, I have 2 sleep babies. So sometimes you just need to literally take a moment and go outside and get some fresh air. So what I did was I came out here by myself and then after in my woosah moments, I called out the little ones because we all needed it. And so we've been out here watching Dragonfly. And I don't know where it went now, but we've been sitting out here and we've been watching the dragonfly, and it was nice and it's peaceful. I don't want to go back inside, but I still haven't ate breakfast. So going to go back inside for that. Okay, so this is like a random thought. It has absolutely nothing to do with intentional rest. Well, I guess you could kind of say it is. Me and the kids are watching Despicable Me 4, and I was sitting here and I just got to thinking, Despicable Me 4 is very much, well, Despicable Me is very much like Shrek. When we think about it, in the beginning of Shrek, he's like this bad guy. Nobody wants to be around him. In the beginning of Despicable Me, Gru is this evil villain. And now we done reached 4. Same thing with Shrek. It was Shrek 4. They done became family men and they done changed their life around. And I'm just like, I never made that connection until today. All right, and so I didn't record everything, but also I had to look at my calendar, y'all, because I do so much that sometimes I completely forget what it is that I do in my day. Oh, and of course, last week, like, I didn't put anything in my calendar. Do, 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 do. Un momento as I look to figure out what I did over this week. Funny, I had to go back through messages with my friends. Okay, so some of the parts that I don't think I got clips of, one, me and my friends, and this is nothing but sent by God, because I have been craving having another friend group where we have a group chat, and because that is something that I have missed from like college, high school. I always had group chats with friends, and I now have it again in my adulthood, so it's actually really nice. But there was one night we were just crying, laughing for the entire night. And that felt amazing. And usually, like, we're all asleep between the hours of, I'll say 10 to 11 most nights. But we stayed up until 12 o'clock just going back and forth, talking and laughing hysterically. Let's see, on Friday, we got out the house. What else did we do? Oh yeah, on Friday I got to ride around with my mother-in-law, but I also got to have a meeting with the Very Intentional Mama Village team, and oh, they poured into me. Y'all, seriously, get you some people around you who love you, who support you, who are God-fearing people who go to war about you in the spiritual realm. Um, man, they really filled me up this week, and I got to get a new dress because on Saturday I got to speak. So I had the blessing of being able to speak to a group of travel agents and just pouring back into them and encouraging them. I also talked about rest with them, and I didn't realize it until after the presentation was over, and I'm like, I just talked to them about how rest is strategic, and literally I just took this week to be intentional in rest. So that poured into me. Sunday, our church gave back to the community, and it's just nice to be able to give back to others. And so resting this week, it filled me up. And this is my reminder to you to take those moments to rest. Please do not burn yourself out. Sometimes all you need to do is sit. The days that I really let the Holy Spirit take full control, and I'm not trying to have my own little say of, well, I wanted to do this today. Like, no, whenever I let Him have His entire way, There's a lot of times that he has me to rest in ways that I didn't even realize I needed. So I'm encouraging you to try that. I am encouraging you to surrender your will, surrender your plan for today, for the day, and then ask God to come in and guide you step by step on what he and what his will is for this day. If y'all liked this mini, I'll call it like a mini vlog. If y'all like this style of video, let me know in the comments. I actually have fun recording my little mini vlogs, getting to hear like my kids actually in the background and me showing y'all that I'm doing this in between motherhood. Like, so often we are told that once you have those kids, that it's no longer about you. Nah, once I had these kids, it was all about me. But in a sense of, in order to pour the most that I can pour into them to be the best version of myself that they need me to be, I have to pour into me too. So, with that being said, go pour into yourself, and I'll catch you on the next video.